Well, energy communities are complex topics because it's mixed three different aspects, and each one of the aspects is having a lot of different solutions or alternatives to we can create. An energy community is mainly built in three different points that you need to solve. First is the technical solution that you wanted to implement into the energy community. The second one is all the business model aspect, I mean the financial and the recovering of costs. And the third one is the governance structure that you are going to put into place. So the main question that why Turkey wanted to solve is to help people that are building energy communities to navigate all the different options and trying to select the best ones for each particular case. We are going to trying to provide solution for each one of the three aspects of the energy communities that you need to define. For example, for the the technical asset that you wanted to deploy, we are going to define certain modules where you are going to be able to decide if one asset is feasible or cost efficient to be included in your energy community or not, and if you think that it's going to be able, if it's interesting to be part of your energy community, it's going to allow you to optimize their size and how to control them and those technical parameters. On the other hand, we are also going to try to provide economic impact assessment in order to try to assess different ways of recovering the financial, I mean, to recover the running costs, and also to define different ways to finance the asset that you wanted to deploy. And finally, we wanted to also research over the governance structure. But in this case, what we are going to try to provide some guidelines in order to compare and contrast the different options that you could have, what are the pros and cons, and why they have help working in some cases and why they don't have working on some of the cases, in order for you to try to select based on what has happened, the base structure for your energy community. We have been working with two energy communities, two potential promoters group that wanted to develop two different energy communities. One is top-down; it came from one municipality that is trying to develop an energy community for their citizens, and another one is a grassroots movement where some group of people wanted to develop one energy community for the neighborhood. The two ones are quite different, and the White Toolkit is providing different, I mean, while it's helping them to select those three different aspects, the methodologies and the helping that is White Toolkit and the White people, the White project helping them is quite different. Because, for example, in the first time, the top one, the one that is run by the municipality, different, I mean, the governance structure are mostly set up. I mean, they wanted to make an energy community in this way. They are more discussing about co-creating the different assets that they wanted to deploy there. So they are co-creating with the different neighborhoods about this one, and also trying to discuss the business model that they wanted to implement. On the other hand, when we discuss with the grassroots movement, the technical aspects are mostly fixed, even as we have helping them to define them. The amount of possibilities in a grassroots movement are normally very short, and there is a clear path that, I mean, you can do only a certain amount of things, and the only difference, and you just need to put in order, in the correct order that you need to execute them. But the other two different aspects are completely more relevant for them. And it's where they have the most doubts and the more difficulties in order to select and navigate all the complexity of the different solutions. We are helping on the technical aspect. I mean, we are deciding if they are putting a PV self-consumption, and what are the people that have to be inside, how we should split the generation between the neighborhoods, and we are assessing if batteries or electric chargers or these other kind of assets should be included or not. I mean, we are even decided if the self-generation that they are going to put is in one building or another building or all of the buildings, or how we should try to decide this technical aspect. But for example, this is in the grassroots use case. I mean, the path is clear. We need to put first the self-generation, then we need to go to the storage or the energy management system, and then we need to go to the electric charge of the electric vehicles. I mean, it's clear, and I mean the amount of places where we can put solar panels is already indicated, and this one is the first option. Then when the technology evolves, we can use this roof to put another ones, and then we can put another ones in this other roof. But I mean, it's a clear path. We know the impact of different assets on different KPIs related to the energy justice and energy poverty and this kind of social questions. So we are going to be able to simulate persons that are in this kind of frameworks and see if the energy community is going to impact positively or negatively on them. Moreover, we are going to make it not only quantitative but also qualitative assessment on this kind of framework, and we are going to clearly making some maps where we can map somehow the different assets to reducing or increasing the energy inequality or the energy justice or this kind of thing. Then we are going to be able to make some different simulations where we can simulate different structure or composition of people inside an energy community and see what is the impact of different interventions, like for example changing the tariff scheme or changing the assets that you are going to produce and the distribution of the energy created by the assets or these kind of things into the different population and different strata, and see which is kind of the optimum in some way where you help people to reduce or mitigate the energy poverty, but you continue to have a profitable or interesting energy community for the rest of the population. On the one hand, there is too many options. This is the main constraint. So we need to try to. It was the main challenge. Or it's been the main challenge in order to overcome, trying to get all the options, to try to keep the amount of options that we are managing in a number that we can tackle. The second constraint is the legal framework, because it's in the free aspect we have the same situation. I mean, there is too many technical options that you can assess, let's say. There is a lot of also the business model and the option, but those two are easier to tackle, let's say. But the third one, the amount of legal and governance structure that you can put into the equation, it's absolutely high, and there is no way to optimize them or to connect them, because those are difficult to model, difficult to put into the model. And then you have difficulties to optimize using traditional tools. So this is something that we are creating new, and it's the most difficult part of the project.